All right, we are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Look at that. Technology working in our favor this morning. Good morning. Come on up, Casper. There's the Casper boy. There's the Casper boy. Good morning. We're getting ready for coffee with Casper. I've got my Casper. I got my coffee. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We were gong ourselves in at 8:30 and spend 20 minutes together. We're glad you're here. I'm glad we could be together this morning. Yeah. Good morning, good morning. 8:28, we got 2 minutes to go. And we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And we'll be around. There's Julie Wilkinson Fisher. Nice to see you, Julie. Nice to have you with us this morning. Yay. Aloha from Honolulu. Bright and early in Honolulu this morning. Trust it's a beautiful day in paradise. Nice to see you, Ann. Always love to have your wisdom with us in this group. Yay. Our friends are gathering from wherever you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're going to gong ourselves in about a minute and a half. Aloha. Very nice. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. We're about to enter into Coffee with Casper. We're glad you're here. All righty. We're going to do this week, and then we're going to do next week. Live is going to be Coffee with Ken, and then I'll be on a couple weeks summer break. Good morning, Mark and Kai, checking in from Atascadero. Nice to see you guys live with us this morning. Yay. Trust your summer is unfolding well. You had a good 4th of July weekend. I had lots of family, and my grandson, one of my grandsons, will turn 11 this summer. He just won the championship in the All-Star of his Little League, in the All-Stars of his Little League, and it's still going on in the California competition. So I got to see him win a couple of games on the All-Star team. That was fun. All right, there's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Coffee with Casper, and here we go. So we're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah and relax the shoulders. Okay, ready? Big deep breath in. And relaxing the shoulders. Remember, the gong is just a symbol of the vibration that we are each creating with the sum total of our consciousness. And that vibration is going out from us and going into the law of mind or the law of the circle and returning to us as the multiple aspects and dimensions of our experience. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. Nice to have you with us this morning. All right, big deep breath in. And then bring the energy up into your heart center. And we're just sort of going to hang out in that heart center area for the next 20 minutes or so, maybe 19. So last week we spoke of the metaphysical two-step. And the metaphysical two-step is step one is remembering that substance or source or the one or universe or energy, the one life is all there is. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable, and there's only one life, and we are one with that life. So the first one is recognizing that source is the sum total, is the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega, and everything in between. And then the second step is I am that. And then how long do we do that? And let me remind you, the answer to that question is we do that until the reality of our transcendental authority is apparent. And I love, hey, Loretta, nice to see you. And Dave and Toby from McCall, Idaho, nice to have you with us. Wholeness is thy name in nature. The pattern is perfect. And we are simply moving into that transcendental reality. We're good morning, checking in from wherever you are. We're glad you're here. We'll try to get to you and say hi. Good morning, there's Reverend Trish from Moore Park. Nice to have you with us this morning, Rev. We'll see you later in the day. So how long do we practice changing our mind, using our mind to remind us who we are, waking up before we get out of bed, recognizing that I am one with the one, recognizing that I went somewhere called sleep. Hey, Becky from South Carolina. We hope you're staying nice and dry. Missy Grant from North Carolina. All right. Good morning, Pam from Napa. Everybody's checking in. We're glad we're here together. So here's what we're just going to remind ourselves what we already know. And let me go back to a statement from Jesus, the Master Teacher. Master Teacher says, I'm in the world, but not of it. Now, if you're reading the newspapers and aware of the things in the world, we're certainly sending our love and compassion to Texas. And yet there are many places in the world. We send our love and passion to the Ukraine, compassion to the Ukraine. We send it to the Middle East, and all of the troubles and wars all around the world. And we send it to even the souls who believe they are separate and have the authority to live out of ego identity and separate themselves from the world and do it whatever they want. No, we live in a unified field, one life, and that we love. Good morning from Whittier, Carol. Nice to see you. We love that line that harmony is heaven's first law. And here's what we're reminding ourselves, that we are born in the image and likeness of Spirit. We are in truth immortal spiritual beings. I am an immortal spiritual being. Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, he said, I am is the secret nature of eternity. And as some of you know who've followed me for years, I changed my mantra. I use mantra meditation daily. I meditate, and I use the mantra I am. Not I am love, not I am light, not I am truth, although those are all true statements, but just I am. To stay in the mystery of the I am. The soul is gazing at the glory of God and at the same time directing the senses, and I am learning, becoming more in tune, and therefore more experienced, and therefore more embodied in the reality that I am in the world but not of it. That's what Jesus spoke of when he said, I'm in the world and not of it. I am aware of the challenges in the world. I am aware of the biggest problem in the world, which is humans' inhumanity to itself. I am aware that the world is waking up, and not everybody knows that there is a unified field, that there's no such thing as you over there and me here. We are all one. That which makes a liver live, a kidney kid, and a heartbeat beat is the same power in every soul in the world. Every nation, every color, every way of being, every personality type. There's no one outside of the reality of the one life. And yet, of the billions of people on the planet, there are many people outside of that awareness. And you and I, as light workers in the world now, because everyone here gathers, hey, this is the Reverend Dr. Janine Burns is with us from Long Island. Nice to have you, Rev. Everyone is of this unified field. The awareness of it is not everywhere. And that's why you and I gathered here together in Coffee with Casper and other venues like it, here, right here on this, with us this morning already, a lot of brilliant, living spiritual teachers shining their light, letting that light touch the arena of their experience, and then we're into that Ralph Waldo Emerson, wheel upon wheel, circle upon circle, generation upon generation. Casper wants to come up and say hi to everybody. He didn't. Some of you weren't here when he came up the first time. There's the Casper, and he's just sending his love to all the light workers too, because he just has that big smile on his face all the time. Best day ever, Casper. Oh, you've given me the paw. That's a nice paw. Okay, let's get out. We're talking to our friends. So we're remembering, I am Spirit, that which is substance source, the Father, Mother, God, the Creator, the giver of all life, love, and beauty, is the I am itself. I am one with that I am. When I say I'm born in the image and likeness of that one, it means the one creates by contemplating itself, knowing itself to be a certain thing. That thought in the one falls onto the law of its own nature and is created. You and I are created in that same image. We think a thought, and that which we begin to know, that which we begin to have a deep understanding of, becomes the law of our experience. Then that which we know falls onto the law and becomes made manifest. And so what we are wanting to do is bring this light that is our true and eternal nature, the light of love, joy, peace, harmony, freedom. What is it that we would want for all people? What we would want for all people is the same thing we would want for ourselves. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. There's the talented Paul Fagan from up in Colorado today in the beautiful, beautiful territory. We got some pretty weather right here in Southern California today, although it's going to get toasty this week around here. So here's the reality. I love that line from Alfred Lord Tennyson's, "Come, friends, it's not too late to seek a newer world." It's not too late. We came in order to usher in this newer world. We said unto this Father, Mother, God, in this tremendous dawning of a new age where the awareness field of humanity finally rises up and we can begin to cooperate in the one, as the one, with heaven's first law, which is the law of harmony, and create for ourselves harmonious lives in health, wealth, love, and purpose. Create for ourselves that unique experience in this thing called planet Earth that becomes meaningful and transcendent to us. Create for ourselves the capacity to see into nature the beauty that surrounds us all the time, and begin to dwell in those places that bring our heart gratitude, so that we're living in a place of love, joy, and appreciation, not a place of fear, doubt, wonder, and dread. And I like love, joy, and appreciation way better than fear and dread. And so again, we are called upon to practice, meaning to use our conscious mind. Spirit is the only power that knows itself. I am one with that spirit. I know that I am one with the one, and I know I'm going to call in oneness and liberty and justice and freedom and equality and the higher order of being, that I have the right to live from this transcendent place that says, come, my friends, it's not too late to see the world anew. It's not too late to seek a newer world. We are the right people at the right time, reminding, hey, Patrick, aloha, the Reverend Patrick from Kauai. Oh, we got some Hawaiians with us this morning, and more than one island. We love it. We are spreading this light. We are taking this self-awareness that is in us and as us and through us, and we're calling it into our lives. That's creating a vibration coming from us, just a tone. But even to do the symbol of the tone, you have to know how to do it. You can't just bang a bowl. You have to know how to make a tone. You have to know how to hold it the right way. You have to know how to let the freedom of vibration move out into the world. And that's what you and I are doing with our own personal vibration. We are working on it. We are demanding of ourselves that we become unconditionally loving beings, love given freely, without demands, without expectations, and without seeking anything in return. However, the good news, according to spiritual law, is love begets love, joy begets joy, friendship begets friendship, connection begets connection. And our obligation is to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, to witness the I am presence within every living soul, every person we encounter at the market, at the car wash, at the bank, running our errands, hardware stores, chopping wood and carrying water to maintain your life and your campsite all around you. And these are things that should not be a burden. These are things that you should be able to take a holy breath in the middle of in your everyday activities. A holy, deep, cleansing breath, remembering the breath of life is given unto you, and that this breath of life gives you the experience to have the uniqueness of your own being in expression, and to hone that uniqueness so you become more and more in tune with your own I am nature. I made a promise. I came from the light. I put on a coat of skins. I'm getting goosebumps, God bumpsy, right? I put on a coat of skins in order to fulfill my purpose, in order that I might help in this time of transformation of the world. Now, again, if we look out into the world and you look at the man's inhumanity to man and man's belief in violence and separation and fear and greed and selfishness and all of those things which are not necessary to live harmoniously in the world. You can have your wealth, good and more good is yours. And if that wealth is coming from the wellspring of unconditional love, it will magnify itself and reflect back to you in all kinds of ways and shapes and forms, and ultimately leading each of us and all of us to the great place of illumination, to the place of cosmic consciousness. Now, I have had the great fortune in my lifetime because of my spiritual practice, not because I'm any more special than anyone else. I'm talking to each one of you. You're the presence of the living Christ, the living Buddha, the Atman, the high self, the glory of the Most High, made manifest, as am I. And the difference is that I ask and seek and knock, and you are asking and seeking and knocking. Show me the pathway through which I may embody more and more of the love, the light, the joy of the living Christ, the wisdom of the Buddha, the wholeness of the living presence of God as the I am that I am, as an immortal spiritual being, in love, as love, with love, and carrying it into the world. Whoa! And this is what we must do. And it can be scary when we read the newspapers and listen to the news. It's very scary because some people are not very illuminated. They're not very awakened, and it makes a mess. And our job is to be the place where we can bring more light, more love, more joy, more wisdom, more peace, more beauty, more magic, more art, more of the things that really excite your soul into the world, right? I am on my way to Catalina, spend some time on the boat and on the water, and one of my favorite things is to be in and on the water, to feel the presence of this water planet and the capacity that we have to commingle with it. The sea is always greater than the vessel, no matter what size the vessel is, right? To be in awe and wonder and in synchronicity and in harmony with the environment that's around us, and to be the place wherever disharmony appears, the vibration of peace. Good morning, Crystal. Nice to see you this morning. To be the place where the vibration of peace and love and harmony go out from us, from our circle. And here all these light workers gathered from all around the world, from all the states in the nation, from across the seas in Norway and in Indonesia. We got folks all over who know they are light workers in the world, who are carrying the light in their own lives, in their own environments, to be a place, a harmonious presence in the world. And that's ours to do, to be a harmonious presence in the world. So here's a great reminder. Jesus, in his walk on this planet with no internet, no videos, no TV, no streaming, no broadcasting networks, was able to create a vibration that has transcended thousands of years. And he spoke the Aramaic language. And one of the commandments that he gave, when people asked, how do we do it? How do we be in the image and likeness of the One? And he gave this commandment: love one another as I have loved you. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Right? Now, in Aramaic, the word neighbor is anybody you are mentally or physically aware of. So we have neighbors who are broadcasters on TV. We have neighbors who are actors. We have neighbors who are DJs. We have neighbors who are working in our markets and in our banks and at the car wash and the veterinarians. And they're all people we become mentally and physically aware of. And can we be aware that fisherman that I just bought the fresh fish from is an angel from the Most High, is a cosmic light embodied as a fisher person? Can we be aware that every soul is a sleeping Buddha waiting to wake up to an awakened world, to an awakened sense of peace and poise and power and balance? to the all good of the universe, that we have a right to choose good and more good and not to be limited by that good. So here's our work this week. Let us work on loving our neighbor as ourselves. Let us work on deepening the love that we have for ourselves, knowing that we are that wholeness, calling it into our mind and into our body and into our experience, and then calling it into the mind and body and experience of all of those who touch the arena of your experience according to a law of vibration. And then know we have a right to vibe even higher. I am is the secret emblem of eternity, and I am that. I am in the image and likeness means the law of creation, the law of the circle, works in me and through me and as me according to my awareness. So I'm calling in good and more good, knowing that there's no limit to the good, that I have a right to call in that good, opening my mind and heart to experience that good in a way greater than I've ever known before, opening my mind to the direct communication from on high, through the bumps, through our attunement to the Father, Mother, God, to the Source itself. I am one with the Source. I am born in the image and the likeness of the Self, and behold, a new day. And how long will I practice separating myself, not attacking, separating myself from the misunderstandings of the race mind, so that I am the light, the love, the truth, the wisdom, the peace, the poise, the power, and the balance that I choose to bring into the world. And will I fall short? Sure. But will I pick myself back up and remind myself who I am and practice that on a daily basis until the reality of my transcendent authority becomes apparent? You are that transcendent authority. We are that transcendent authority. We are the light workers in the world, sharing love in an ever-expanding way, using it to heal ourselves, to cleanse, to renew, recreating each cell in the image and likeness of wholeness, knowing that the pattern is perfect, that the gift of life is the wholeness given unto me from on high to reveal in my mind, in my body, and in my experience. Who you are is something wonderful. Carrying your consciousness into the world is making a huge difference. So I appreciate being here with you today. I appreciate sharing with you every time we have a chance to share. I'll be back next week live with my good buddy, the Reverend Doc Ken Gordon, the former spiritual leader of the Centers for Spiritual Living and Religious Science. We are so pleased to be connected, to know that we are these light workers sharing this higher vibration. So, Casper, come on up and say goodbye. So I'm just reminding you, you are something wonderful. The work you're doing in the world in this day is important. Your vibration is essential in the awakening of the world. And together we're working on waking up ourselves and therefore helping each and every soul to wake up to the glory of what it is to be a human being fully alive. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. If you found anything valuable in our time together, come up, Casper, and do me a favor. Share the video any way you can. If you know how to do it, link, click, share to your groups, post wherever, move it around networks and systems. Let's just keep spreading the world. And keep spreading the word around the world. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Ken.